Hello, I'm Peter Finn, IBC Executive Director, returning with another episode of IABC Inside Out, where we feature IABC leaders and give you an inside look at what's happening inside and outside the organization. Today's guest is IABC Commercial and Strategy Task Force co-chair Karen Matthews, who I've known for a while. So glad to have her on, who also serves as the director on the IABC International Executive Board, or the IAB. She serves as one of the directors there, and also in her day job, she's the associate director engagement at RMIT Europe, and based in Barcelona, Spain. Karen joins us today following the recent IBC World Conference and 2025 annual general meeting to further highlight the action plan that the task force has completed, and what we'll be actioning on for the remainder of 2025 and 2026, and help shape Horizon 2.0 or Horizon 2 of the Stronger Together strategy. And we appreciate Karen being here. She's a little jet lagged. We're going to say that up front. So but thanks so much and welcome to Inside Out, Karen.
Thanks, Peter. No, it's great to be here. And I'm always, as you know, very excited to talk about the work of the task force and the exciting plans ahead. So thanks to you.
Yeah. Well, let's just, for those maybe not familiar, because I know we've socialized it a bit, but, just some background, what was the impetus for the task force, and the action plan? I know you've been on since its inception, so just, yeah, what should folks know?
So I guess what's important to know is what was the purpose, and what was really the aim of having this task force, and how it has evolved, and what other work had been done before this task force was set up. So there's a task force, and I was one of 5 people. There was representation from Canada and the US, and really we were charged with coming up with a series of recommendations to help IABC realize its strategic ambitions when it comes to growth, member value, and also relevance in the sector. And of course, this was coming out of the IABC strategy, which is strong, as we know, Stronger Together. And the work of this task force has really extended upon work that many other volunteer leaders have been doing over the past few years. So the strategy was kicked off in 2021. So in 22-23, we had a group of people looking at the operating model of our association. In 23-24, a second task force was set up to look at our governance structure and finance structure, and to make sure that we can, what is the best way for us to be operating and working within. So this last task force, which is the commercial and strategy one, was looking at the next stage and really activating some of those strategic opportunities for the association in those 3 areas I mentioned.
Yeah, yeah. And I know that, the action plan outlines 3 directions and next steps. And I think some of it kind of recalls, maybe some previous efforts or initiatives that that IABC had done. But there's some new things that have been proposed and that we're going to action on. What are some highlights to call out? What are you excited about? In terms of the plan that's been produced by the task force.
I'm excited about some of the actions that have been endorsed, but I'm also just feeling really motivated about the process that we went through to come up with these actions. So as you said, we picked 3 directions to focus on, we as in the task force. So these directions covered membership growth, value to members, and also positioning IABC really as a reference, as a go-to in our profession. So they were the 3 directions that we focused on, and then we came up with a bunch of different recommendations, different actions, things that we could propose. And then we took all of those, that big long list, we took all of those to our volunteer leaders. So we had, we had one-to-one chats, some focus groups, we had several town halls, we had the member forum at World Conference, and there we really asked our members and our volunteer leaders to prioritize those ones that they thought would have the biggest impact, and that they thought would we need to prioritize and resource appropriately. So of those, there's some really exciting ones. As you said, there's some that are sort of reimagining things that we've done previously and that worked really well. So for example, we're going to be bringing back the Leadership Institute. And I know a lot of volunteer leaders are really excited about that one. So that's one that we're bringing back. We're also going to be implementing a global mentoring program, and there was some terrific work that was being done previously. So we're going to go back and look at those resources and reintroduce them, maybe slightly with some slight tweaks. We are going to be implementing a new membership model. So a new member type, which is called Member Light. That was something that I know a lot of volunteer leaders were looking forward to, and we're still sort of finalizing what that's going to look like, but that's in progress. We will also be consolidating some membership types and bringing back member referrals. The other direction, which was around positioning us as a global reference, what we're going to be doing is convening a central group of volunteer leaders who will prioritize the research topics that we should focus on for thought leadership. And this is probably one that I'm most excited about. We're going to be introducing a new award called the Communicator of the Year. So yeah, so some really exciting initiatives. Also have the endorsement and excitement from our members and volunteer leaders too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of folks are excited about bringing Leadership Institute back, and I think a lot of the objectives will be similar in the what the new program or 2.0 will look like, but I also think we'll probably, as you say, reimagine some aspects of that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, the other thing is, I guess, what can people expect for next year? We obviously some great plans. Like, what do you think we can implement and get in front of people over the next year?
I think people can expect, members can expect that they'll see these actions implemented. We have a lot of momentum going with the action plan. It's just about there in terms of finalizing. Well, it's there in terms of the actions. We're now just making sure we're bringing on board the right IABC communities and different groups to help implement. So yes, what people can expect is there'll be a Leadership Institute next year, ideally. We will be soon launching Member Light. I hope at next year's World Conference we are announcing our inaugural winner of the Communicator of the Year award. We should expect to see mentoring initiatives at various regional events. So I guess what members can expect to see is action, and also to know that these actions and these recommendations are really the foundation for what's next for IABC. So we've just, our strategy, Stronger Together, takes us to 2025. So now, and under the leadership of Anuja, our new chair, we're looking at our next strategy, so 2030. So members can also see that, there's the next strategic direction for IABC, which Anuja talks about is going to be around reimagining resilience, etc. So it's a really exciting time for IABC.
Yeah, awesome. Anything else to add about the plan? I mean, I think because I also was served on the task force a bit, so I in general I'm really excited about what the task force put together, and certainly thank you so much for your leadership of the group.
Well, thanks to you, Peter. No, I would just say thank you to all of the members who have contributed along the way. And whereas we're implementing these initiatives, we love, to have people who are keen to stay involved. So please do reach out at any point. And yeah, just excited to see this take forward and to go forward and the implementation of the actions.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thanks so much for joining this episode of Inside Out, and really appreciate all the work of the task force and putting together this great plan. And yeah, appreciate you also. I think you're also a little jet lagged, so thank you so much for being able to do this.
No worries. Thanks a lot, Peter.